Thank you for coming back to another Hamza Khan show video. Um, when I get right into it, cause I don't know where to really start because a lot of craziness is going on with in wrestling. I think everything stems from the Pat McAfee um promo on last week's SmackDown, which has somehow got involved with the Roman Reigns and CM Punk um, feud, and then also it's developed further in the um, this week's um, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton's feud as well. And honestly, it's just making me feel very weird. Everything that they're doing, everything they're speaking about, it just constantly kind of takes you out of the story. If I'm being honest, it doesn't feel like a wrestling story at all. It feels so much like, because obviously we know everything is manufactured. There's always that thought in your mind that wrestling, whether you think this is a real moment and this is fake, this is scripted, and whenever it becomes real, it always feels it feels more authentic. It makes the story more memorable, and you're able to actually, and because it's a storyline that is within the grasp of is reality plus storyline, it kind of everything matters in those sorts of storylines, and everything doesn't seem to be an agenda towards um a certain like thing that they want. And the storyline between Pat McAfee, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes, it's so it feels so forced. It feels like everything that they're saying, everything that they are bringing up, are the things that you would expect from a wrestling fan. I hate a wrestling fan, I would say. Not necessarily like a normal wrestling fan, but someone who's tends to like point out the obvious. We all know that it's trying to explain the championship, the WWE championship and the World Heavyweight Championship to someone who doesn't watch wrestling. I try and explain that to someone because that makes no sense at all. But we kind of accept it, and it is what it is. Um, and that's what they're kind of doing. They bring up that fact. They bring up the facts with regards to ticket prices, the buzzwords, the marks, the ICW, something like that. Um, whenever in the disses between each other, they call each other corporate, they call people puppets, champions, and it's all about like the backstage stuff, which is obviously very interesting, but it's all stuff that we're never gonna get a payoff from. So what is the point bringing it in? It feels so forced. It feels so authentic to what we would want from wrestling, and it just doesn't give off good vibes. Everything that's going on with that CM Punk promo, the Pat McAfee promos this week, it just feels very forced, and it doesn't feel as if, oh my god, he shouldn't have said that. It's more so someone's given that person a script, and that's the script he's kind of spoken out to them. How did I feel? We'll talk about the Raw segment first because that happened at the beginning of the week. Um, it was insane. That's the only way you can explain it. I enjoyed the everything that he said about Roman Reigns. That felt like storyline, and it felt you expected that from CM Punk, and if that's what you're looking for in terms of disses and kind of that extra layer, and they kind of the battle between Roman Reigns and CM Punk, with obviously Roman Reigns not being on the show on Monday. Um, it was very good, and it elevated CM Punk. CM Punk is winning this feud. If you were counting it as a boxing match, CM Punk is up compared to Roman Reigns quite significantly. His promos have been better. The physicality that CM Punk has given has been equal, if not more, more so, and everything that you kind of expect from CM Punk has been A1, kind of really, really well done compared to Roman Reigns, where the promos have been good, but not necessarily like comparative to CM Punk. And then when you went equal with the physicality, if you try to get one up on the physicality, CM Punk got equal with that as well. So it just kind of felt it felt that CM Punk is definitely winning. I'm very interested to see what they do on Raw this week, being the last Raw before WrestleMania. Hopefully, hopefully we can have a promo between them that answers everything, if not as much as possible. Answers the physicality to equal out between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, as well as the promo battles and who's in each other's mind, and that mind games, as well as the kind of the bloodline factor as well in the background between CM Punk and Roman Reigns and the Usos and everybody else, all that in the background, and hopefully everything kind of funnels in. They make it in a way that everything funnels in, so that at WrestleMania, who is the true, who is that guy? Who is that guy in Raw? Who is that guy going forward? Is it going to be Roman Reigns? Is it going to be um, CM Punk? Um, off the basis of that, you've got off the back of that, you have the obviously CM Punk going at McAfee and everything that happened over there. And then you had the promo response from Pat McAfee. I don't know why they are getting involved with each other. It seems like it's they're trying to connect everything, which is what everybody would like. They want that connection, but it, it's like unnecessary, and like the storylines between them haven't been as good as recently. Hasn't been as not as good, but as flush as I would say. I would say that it's not been as smooth as you would want it, and I think that isn't good, and it needs to be changed. So similar with what I want from the Roman Reigns and CM Punk storyline, I need that funneled. I don't think I do need the just taking it back. I don't think I'd need that from the Pat McAfee and I was going to say McAfee versus Cody Rhodes, and I've just forgotten Randy Orton, and he does feel like a forgotten character at this point. It's like it feels so unnecessary, and the only way to kind of save it is gonna be for Randy Orton, and the storyline is a match similar to what happened at SummerSlam, where promo before everything got switched, And then we had that amazing match at SummerSlam between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. But I feel like the storyline, especially with how much Pat McAfee has mentioned the higher ups, Nick Aldis saying to everybody that they can't touch Pat McAfee, it seems like at WrestleMania, it's not going to be the end of the storyline. I don't think, I think a lot of people are expecting some sort of big thing to happen at the end of WrestleMania. I don't think The Rock is returning. I don't think anything like that is happening at the end of WrestleMania. Um, it seems everything is super on the fly, and I, I, I don't think we should get our hopes up for something like The Rock returning at WrestleMania for that, for the ending of that show, or anybody per se. I expect it to be a Randy Orton win. And Randy Orton wins, especially with the fact that one thing was also stupid was the Pat McAfee saying to Randy Orton, not Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, that if Randy Orton loses, I'm never gonna step foot in this company ever again. Why are you saying that? Like that should be something that Cody Rhodes or the story, the conversation leads to. It's he just kind of chucked it out there, and it was like, okay, man, cool. Uh, anyways, everything's weird with those two storylines, and I'm not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed it for the last couple of weeks. It's kind of ups and downs with these two kind of stories, and as good as the moments have been as a story, it hasn't been as good. And I think the problem is the influence between with outside people, Jelly Roll involved, Pat McAfee involved. They've not been here from the start. They had some connections, but it's forced. It's like obviously you had peak storyline between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, and you had that developed over 2 years. But everybody at the end had an involvement that made sense. It kind of brought everything back to the beginning. This one, I don't know. It just feels so. It just doesn't feel good. It feels weird. I don't like it. What I do like is what's happening with Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. That's just a crazy storyline. There's no need for the conversation. There's no need for like the back and forth. Paul Heyman can sell the fight as much as he can, but just the physicality between these two. It was meant to be a contract signing at the end of Raw. Brock comes out. He's loving it. Oba comes out, and then they just go at it. They're throwing stuff at each other. They're throwing each other through the walls. Triple H doesn't know what the hell's going on. It was insane. Um, really, really hyped. Really, really enjoy it. I'm excited for that match. Um, it's lived up to its expectation as the one of the main events of WrestleMania when Paul Heyman saying that this is the third main event. It's not a lie because I think there is like a significant amount of people that are more excited between Brock Lesnar and Obafemi than they are between Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns and CM Punk. I hope and I wish that the match is not a 5 minute match. I think I said it previously. I want a match. If Oba's gonna go over and he's gonna be the person going forwards, give us a match between Oba and Brock. Don't just send us out there with all the hype and everything that's going out there. I feel like people want a battle, at least a 15-minute kind of battle between these two guys, and hopefully in the end, Obafemi is the person on top. I was watching a few videos, and I think I agree with them. They were kind of saying that we need to see hopefully a bit more conversation, and just to show a different side of Obafemi, not necessarily Brock Lesnar, because you don't need to at this point. So I don't think I'm not sure if Brock Lesnar is going to be on Monday Night Raw. Hopefully he isn't, and we're able to get a back and forth, or even a bit of a back and forth between Paul Heyman and then Obafemi. How I kind of seen it laid out, obviously Paul Heyman comes out, he's talking shit about Obafemi. Femi comes out, he's not in his fight gear. He's in his suits and his goms, and Paul Heyman looks like he's gonna get killed, and then Obi says, "I'm not here to kill you. If I wanted to, I could." And they go back and forth with that. That's been really enjoyable. I'm really excited for that. Other than that, I feel like the Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre is piquing my interest. It felt very throwaway previously, but I'm excited. I feel like that could be a very memorable match between Oba, not Oba, Drew and Jacob Fatu. Um, Other than that, what I'll probably do is I'll probably do a video later on this week, just going through the full card and how I feel about each of the matches. Maybe just give a hot take, but overall, maybe my feelings change. Maybe after Raw this week, my feelings switch, and I'm excited for everything. But I don't really expect that to be the case. I think um, it'll be a scenario where it'll be like a scenario that maybe it is. I feel like the matches will definitely bring it. Just the stories and the care for the product hasn't been there. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm being a bit too negative because of how I feel because of the Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Pat McAfee kind of segment, and how they've kind of pushed a lot of like the negativity towards the fans. Like obviously you got heels. Heels insult the fans. The babyface is the person that kind of acknowledges the fans. And when the heels be negative to the or insult the fans, you boo them because that's what you're meant to do, and then you cheer the baby face. But it just feels as if everybody involved is pointing a middle finger towards all of the fans, and I don't like that. It feels very corporate. It feels very sort of, is that the government? Obviously, no one really likes the government, and everything that they do is kind of stupid most of the time. And you think, why are the guys doing it? That's the kind of feeling I get towards certain things currently. And I wish they would I wish more time was spent on it. Um, because you've got the extra time between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. Previous years, it's just that straight away we're at WrestleMania, but um, this time it just feels like just an extended kind of jump, and they've not capitalized, and they're kind of use like when you're watching Raw and SmackDown, you've got like backstage segments that lead to nothing. You've got kind of repeats when they put repeats on, and when you're watching like with the wrestling videos and everything, they constantly say everything matters, every minute matters on a show, um, where you can develop a story, and it just seems to be the same things over and over again, and nothing. The full show isn't getting as much love as you would all like it, if I'm being honest. Uh, Maybe my feelings change on Monday. Who knows? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if it was good. Leave a dislike if it was bad. And thank you. Peace.